I hope Europe won't fall into the Anglo-Saxon trap by sending troops to Ukraine. Zelensky has already destroyed its second country, and now they want to start the Third World War. This time Europe will be left alone without any help from the US. Ask yourselves, would you send your sons to fight a war for the benefit of BlackRock? It is too late for France and the EU. It makes more sense to negotiate a peace plan with Russia. The enemy is not Russia, but the bankers of the City of London and financial institutions like BlackRock that are the owners of the military-industrial complex. The Machiavellian perspective on European military involvement in Ukraine. In the current geopolitical landscape, the question of European military intervention in Ukraine looms ominously. Through a Machiavellian lens, this dilemma reveals layers of power dynamics, self-interest, and the pursuit of stability. The assertion that Europe risks falling into the Anglo-Saxon trap by deploying troops to Ukraine, as articulated by certain voices, unveils a strategic perspective worth exploring. Machiavelli's pragmatic approach to politics, characterized by a focus on power dynamics and realpolitik, offers insights into this complex situation. Firstly, Machiavelli emphasizes the importance of self-preservation and the pursuit of national interests. The caution against embarking on military ventures without careful consideration of the potential consequences resonates deeply with his principles. Zelensky's actions, portrayed as destructive by some, raise doubts about the wisdom of further involvement. Machiavelli would argue that a ruler must prioritize the stability and prosperity of their own state above all else. Sending troops to a conflict with uncertain outcomes, especially without guaranteed support from traditional allies, could jeopardize European interests and security. History provides ample examples of the perils of overextension and entanglement in foreign conflicts. Machiavelli would caution against repeating past mistakes, such as those seen in the lead-up to the First World War. The specter of a Third World War looms large, and prudent leaders must weigh the risks carefully. Machiavelli's teachings on the art of war underscore the importance of strategic calculation and the avoidance of unnecessary conflicts. Europe's vulnerability in the absence of U.S. support further underscores the need for cautious decision-making. Moreover, Machiavelli's analysis extends beyond superficial alliances and rhetoric to scrutinize the underlying power structures. The assertion that the true enemy lies not in Russia but in financial institutions like BlackRock and the City of London resonates with Machiavelli's understanding of power dynamics. In his view, true power often lies in the hands of those who control economic resources rather than those who wield military might. The notion that military interventions serve the interests of such entities aligns with Machiavelli's cynical view of politics as driven by self-interest and manipulation. Negotiating a peace plan with Russia, as advocated by some, reflects a pragmatic approach consistent with Machiavellian principles. Machiavelli famously stated that it is better to be feared than loved, but best of all is to be both feared and loved. Applying this principle to international relations suggests that achieving stability through diplomatic means is preferable to costly and risky military ventures. By prioritizing negotiation over confrontation, European leaders can safeguard their interests and avoid unnecessary bloodshed. In conclusion, the Machiavellian perspective offers valuable insights into the question of European military involvement in Ukraine. By prioritizing self-interest, strategic calculation, and a nuanced understanding of power dynamics, European leaders can navigate this complex situation with wisdom and prudence. Whether to send troops to Ukraine or pursue alternative means of conflict resolution requires careful consideration of the risks and rewards. Machiavelli's timeless wisdom reminds us that in the pursuit of power and stability, prudent decision-making is paramount.